media attention?
Yeah, it's new. Usually you have maybe one interview or something like that during the week, but a little bit extra for grand final, which is always a little added bonus. So keeping Pat, our media guy, very busy this week, I think.
How are you feeling personally over a big day?
Yeah, I don't think it's really sunk in yet, to be honest. I mean, last week was a lot like a normal footy routine. I mean, it's crazy to think that 16 other teams have finished their season now. I was only talking to my dad about it before the game, and it just feels like we're still just in a routine playing footy. So I think it'll probably hit me Friday when we're all rolling around at the parade, and the excitement will really kick in. But right now it feels a little bit weird because it just feels like a normal footy week.
So young and your second season, like how do you carry yourself with such confidence out there?
I would say a lot of it has to do with the fact that I've got a lot of experienced and knowledgeable guys around me. I feel like walking into the team that we've got now, the level of expertise that I've got, like I said, around me sort of gives me that confidence and makes me feel very comfortable out there to just go about it how I want to go about it and use my strengths to the best of my ability. They give me a lot of confidence, and it's great to share the field with some great names and a lot of guys that have done it a lot of times before.
So Tom Stewart won't be out there this weekend. Give us an insight. When he goes down with concussion, you're out there as a back 6 or 7. What was the discussion like among you guys as to how to best cover him?
Yeah, obviously Hawthorn on the weekend, especially in the first quarter, really brought it to us and applied a lot of pressure, especially in our D50. So for us, when it was really obviously unfortunate that when Stewie went down, it was sort of a moment for us to just take a breath and understand that someone really important to us has gone down, and probably that it was time to rally together and really, try and put the foot down a little bit and get momentum back on our terms. So for us, it was really unfortunate what happened to Stewie, and he's obviously a great leader at our footy club and will be missed this weekend, but it was a good opportunity for us to just reset, I think, a little bit and understand what had happened in the first probably 10 minutes of the game and probably reset a little bit from there.
Connie, you're playing with obviously a bunch of experienced guys, like you say, but there's also a number of first-time grand finalists this week, including yourself. How does it feel to be a part of that?
Yeah, well, it was incredible. I was only just talking about that, and I didn't realise that I think there's 9 players that are new from the 22 grand final. So to have that experience with a bunch of new guys is obviously incredible. Like I said earlier, we've obviously got that experience and guys that have been there and done it before, but also a lot of new guys that are ready and raring to go at the opportunity. And we can hopefully enjoy it all together.
Did you think at the start of the season that you'd be in this position personally?
Not really, to be honest. I sort of, I was saying at the end of last year, watching on in the prelim, obviously from the sidelines, fast forward 12 months, if you would have told me I would have been potentially playing in an AFL grand final, I would have sort of had to pinch myself a little bit. But for me, I didn't really try and put too much expectation on this season. It was just more about trying to get the best out of myself and sort of learn and build on what I experienced last year in the VFL and obviously one game at AFL. So it definitely is crazy to think 12 months on that I'm going to be going through this week with all the boys. But it's very exciting, and hopefully can just enjoy it all.
Talk a bit about your development there this year. What's the number one thing you've learned most about yourself this season?
For me, it's probably just what a good routine as a professional footballer looks like. I think for me last year, I was moving down to Geelong in a new environment. It was just understanding the habits and the things that you need to do to get your body right week in, week out. I don't think you really give, new players give enough credit to the difficulty of, up to a 26 game season. So for me, it was just understanding that and how my body feels after games and how to best prepare myself to perform. That's probably the biggest thing I've learned, I reckon.
Speaking of habits, Scratch and Neil has 2 pastas and a pizza before the game.
Yep.
What's your habit? Will you be joining you?
No. I have heard about Scratch's little habit of his eating. I'm just more of just a bit of a spag bowl type of guy. Just keep it really simple, make it easy. I don't really have too many big habits before the game. As long as I get a good little feed in, I like to have a foot-long sub, which is a bit of a running joke, which usually gets me through a game. But I ended up, actually one game I had it too close to the game and I felt crook as at the start, so learned my lesson after that. But like I said, it's just learning all the things that I shouldn't and should be doing that best maximise my performance.
The last time the Cats played in the grand final, number 14 was a very special day. You now wear that jumper. How special is that for you?
Yeah, obviously I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to be at the 2020 Group 2 Grand Final. I played a curtain raiser under 18s, and I was sitting there watching that, and yeah, to sort of realise that 2 years ago or 3 years ago that now I was sitting there watching, and now I'm sort of getting the opportunity to hopefully continue in those footsteps is a really exciting prospect. And yeah, obviously it's a very great honour to get the opportunity to wear the number 14 and run out in grand final day, and fingers crossed I can do it a little bit of justice.
Was the dream crystallised in that moment when you played that curtain raiser, do you think?
Yeah, I think for me, both that and watching the 2022 prelim, yeah, the electricity in the stadium, just everything was incredible and brought so much energy to the game. Obviously, the boys unfortunately didn't get over the line, but to realise that that's really an exciting prospect, and to think that was even an opportunity that I potentially could have got, yeah, sort of really excited me, and probably made me work that little bit harder over the off-season and heading into this year.